Across the scorched African savanna, survival is never guaranteed. Every new day brings another test of strength, patience, and courage. As the first light spreads across the plains, a female honey badger emerges from her underground den. She is not hunting only for herself. Hidden inside are two young cubs, completely dependent on their mother for food and protection. For her, every journey beyond the den could mean the difference between life and death. Not far away, another predator is already moving. A female caracal slips silently through the tall, dry grass. Her padded feet make almost no sound as she focuses on a hare feeding in the open. With one sudden burst of speed, the caracal launches herself through the air. The attack is swift and precise. Within seconds, the hunt is over. The caracal grips her catch and begins dragging it across the dusty ground. But she has not noticed the figure watching from behind a huge granite boulder. She charges. The caracal responds immediately. The two predators collide and roll violently across the red earth. Dust rises around them as claws strike, teeth flash, and powerful bodies twist across the ground. The caracal is faster and more agile, but the honey badger refuses to release the prize. Neither animal is prepared to surrender. The struggle continues until the caracal finally breaks away. Once again, the honey badger's legendary determination has carried her through. She lifts the stolen hare and begins the long journey back to her den. As she approaches, her two cubs rush outside, excited by the smell of food. For the moment, the family will not go hungry. But from a rocky ridge above them, the caracal is watching. She now knows exactly where the honey badger has made her home. Over the following days, the mother continues leaving the den to search for food. Each time she disappears into the savanna, the caracal waits nearby, hidden among rocks and thorn-covered bushes. She is patient. She knows that eventually an opportunity will come. One afternoon, while their mother is far away, the curious cubs wander beyond the safety of the den. They play in the dust, unaware of the danger concealed in the grass. Without warning, the caracal bursts from the thorn bushes. One cub is knocked to the ground. The other freezes in terror, staring as the predator stands over its sibling. Then, instinct takes control. The frightened cub turns and races back toward the den. Across the savanna, the desperate calls of her cub reach the mother. She immediately abandons her search for food and sprints toward home. But the caracal is already retreating, carrying the captured cub away from the den. Moments later, the honey badger arrives. Only one trembling cub remains. The mother searches the entrance, sniffing the ground and circling the disturbed soil. Then she finds it, the fresh scent of the caracal. She lowers her head and begins following the trail. Ahead, the caracal changes direction repeatedly, moving between rocks and through thick grass in an attempt to hide her path. But the honey badger will not be deceived. She follows every footprint, and every trace of scent. The afternoon heat grows more intense, but the determined mother continues forward. She digs beneath loose earth, forces her way through thorny vegetation, and squeezes between narrow rocks. Nothing will stop her. Step by step, she closes the distance. The Caracal hears the approaching movement and quickens her pace, but carrying the struggling cub has slowed her down. At last, the honey badger spots them. With a furious growl, she charges. The Caracal drops the cub and turns to face the approaching mother. For several tense moments, the two predators stand opposite each other. The honey badger places herself firmly between the Caracal and her injured cub. Her body is low, her teeth exposed, and every part of her is prepared to fight. This time, the Caracal chooses not to attack. Slowly, she steps backwards. Then she turns and disappears into the tall grass. The mother approaches her cub and carefully checks for injuries. Shaken but alive, the youngster rises and follows her home. Back at the den, the surviving sibling rushes forward to greet them. The family is together once again. As evening settles across the African savannah, the mother examines both cubs before taking her position outside the entrance. For now, the danger has passed. But on these unforgiving plains, peace never lasts forever.